Hi, and welcome back to our channel. And we are having coffee and conversations.
And today's conversation is a good one. It's about codependency.
Yeah, it's 3 out of 10 symptoms that are likely to show up in a codependent relationship. So here they are: low self-esteem, inability to communicate, and unable to find happiness outside of your partner. Which of those 3 really resonates with you the most?
All of those resonate a good bit to me. Let's go with the first one.
What's crazy about this is there's a list of 10 symptoms, and we're going to break them up over several videos. So be watching for those next ones to come. But what's really interesting is on that list is failure to see codependency issues.
It was a blind spot for me.
If somebody would have asked, are you codependent in your relationship with your husband? I would have been like, no. I am an independent woman. Like, I don't need a man to, survive in life. And the reality of it was there were a lot of symptoms. In fact, I think we were showing all 10.
Yeah.
And had no idea.
The way it showed up for me is I was not a whole and complete person. I had something missing out of me that I needed from you to complete me. Jerry Maguire, that statement, "Oh, you complete me." Oh. It's such a horrible statement for us.
Yeah, because it means that I'm incomplete and I need him in order to be complete. Like you hear people say, "You're my other half." No, I'm a whole being.
Yeah, you're made complete by God.
Yeah, and so I don't need a half to make me whole. I'm whole to begin with. But let's talk about low self-esteem. Man, this was an issue for me.
Me too.
Right, both of us. We were so insecure with who we were. In fact, we really didn't even know who we were at the time. There were so many blind spots in our life. And I specifically remember when you would compliment me, I would, in my head, I'm picking apart that compliment. My butt looks bad, my pants don't fit, my hair is having a bad day, whatever.
Yeah, you never received my compliments.
No.
Or responded back with gratitude. It was always, but my.
Yeah. I don't feel like I look good in this. And you're like, you do. You look amazing. I don't feel like it. And how defeating that was for you to give compliments.
Yeah.
And then what I saw from you in the low self-esteem was you needed me to say things to you.
I did.
And so you would look for them. And if I didn't say them, like, for instance, if I didn't say, oh, I just really appreciate you doing the dishes, you would be kind of looking for it. And when I
would build up resentment that you were not appreciative of the things I'm doing. You don't care.
Right. And that just goes right back to the self-esteem. We need something from another person in order to feel good about myself. I had an awful body image of myself, and I can really relate to it was the mental image in my mind. There was this one picture that was taken of me years ago, and I looked really chunky.
You said that period was the heaviest you've ever been.
I was the heaviest.
And the least happiest.
I'm 50 pounds less now, so I had a good bit more weight, and so that picture like seared in my mind forever and ever. And so when I would think of myself, that is the picture that would come to my mind. And so it was just interesting how I was never able to really lose the weight and keep it off, because I would always gain it back and more because of who I saw myself. I saw myself as big all the time. And so naturally, your body follows where your thoughts are. And so because I was having negative thoughts about myself, I was gaining weight and unhealthy. Inability to communicate.
I really had a hard time with speaking my needs, my desires, my beliefs, sometimes, or my feelings, and sometimes my opinions to you. Because if you had a different belief, thought, opinion, if you had a different one, then I must be wrong. And so I just had a hard time communicating, or I needed to please you. So if what I said offended you or made you upset, I did not want that to happen. And so it's better for me not to say anything. And I would build up resentment in the background.
Yeah. I could not communicate to you what was going on for me. I couldn't communicate my unhappiness with the relationship for fear of you're going to abandon me. We're going to talk about that. That's another symptom in another video. But I just had this huge fear that if I communicate what's really in my mind, you're not going to love me anymore.
Yeah.
Or you're going to leave me, or whatever. I was so hard on myself that kept me from communicating with you.
I can see that.
And then unable to find happiness outside your partner. Wow.
I just assumed, and I can't wait to do even more videos about my assumptions of the way things should go for happiness. But I expected happiness in a lot of things and did not know that I create my own happiness. But I expected you to make me happy. And when we finally get married and things are going to be great and we're going to live happily ever after.
Fairy tale.
And you did not fill those shoes to make me happy.
Right? In fact, that was quite a disappointment.
You were.
You.
You were.
Yeah, I could not, I just found happiness, real happiness, when I became whole and complete in myself. Mm-hmm. Because I was always looking for happiness outside of me. So it was you or material things or other people that I would depend on to create a feeling in me. And now I take control of my happiness. If I want to be happy, it's up to me, nobody else. Because I don't want anyone to have that kind of control over my joy and happiness in life. That's just not cool.
Yeah, I was thinking,
but I allowed it for years. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was thinking, if happiness is the goal and I can't achieve it within myself, or I don't know how to achieve it in myself, if happiness is a goal, man, there's going to be a lot of searching for that.
Right.
That will never get complete. And that's where you're going to be searching for things and people. And you're probably going to go through a lot of things and go through a lot of people.
Looking for that happiness.
And jobs.
Right.
You're going to go through jobs. And it will never be there.
Yeah. It's elusive.
It is. Oh man, it's elusive.
You know, we share this analogy, and I did this in my business. I can see it everywhere. And that was me searching for happiness through performance. I'm a 3 on the Enneagram. And so there's this castle, right? And I see this castle and I'm like, that's my goal. When I get there, I'll be happy. Nobody ever asked me, why can't you be happy now while you get there? Because that wasn't an option. It was,
no, it wasn't.
When I make it over there, I'll finally be happy. And so I would get there and never celebrate that I got there, first of all, because I would climb to the top of that castle that I just conquered. And I would look out and I'm about to celebrate. And then it's, oh, wait, there's a bigger castle over there. Well, I'm not happy with this one because there's not that anymore. One. And I want to be over there. So I'll be happy when I get over there. And I did that over and over and over. I remember saying to you, I can't believe we've been married for 5 years. And the reason I would say things like that is I was always looking for happiness in my relationships, that I would jump from relationship to relationship when they weren't making me happy anymore. and I was surprised that I was able to stick it out.
Yeah.
Which is so crazy. But it was because I knew I wasn't finding happiness in him. So what I started to do is I started to look for happiness in other ways, through material things, shopping, drinking.
Me too.
Things like that. And really, codependency is when we can't find happiness within ourselves. We have to look elsewhere in order to be happy. Yeah. So thanks so much for joining us on our first conversation about codependency. Be sure to check out tomorrow's video for the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Bye. Hey, if you're new to our channel, come check out this video to find out more about who we are and what we're up to.
Yeah, and we would love for you to join our tribe. So go ahead and click that subscribe button.